guaranteed cut. And Brianna Turner is someone who has started almost every game in her career till last.
Angel Reese was not having it the moment Brian Turner packed his bags from Chicago to Indiana to link up with Caitlin Clark. Reese instantly went full main character mode. "Oh, so this what we doing now?" she quipped, side-eyeing the camera with that signature mix of shade and sass. Guess loyalty expired like milk. WNBA drama? Fresh off the press. And as always, Reese isn't just part of the story, she's the one cooking it.
So, in a kind of a surprising turn of events, the Indiana Fever have made yet another move this offseason, and they have signed Bree Turner to the roster.
Angel Reese saw the news and had just one reaction: wow. Just wow. First, it was Aya Wilson watching the Fever stack talent like they were assembling the Avengers, and now Reese was living the same storyline. Brianna Turner leaving Chicago to join forces with Caitlin Clark was the latest plot twist in what's shaping up to be the WNBA's most dramatic offseason yet. Meanwhile, Turner sounded thrilled about her new chapter, posting a message like she hadn't just sent the league into a...
Someone who actually broke this story, she said Brianna Turner has signed with the Indiana Fever per the WNBA transition page. Some depth for the Fever front court. Brianna Turner signed a contract with the Fever. Somebody said, so does this mean it's not a training camp? Somebody said, yes, it's basics.
The WNBA isn't just growing, it's evolving into a full-blown reality show, only this one comes with elite athletes and actual stakes. And if the Indiana Fever keep making moves like this, Angel Reese might need to start assembling a super team of her own just to keep up. Honestly, Reese has every right to feel some type of way. Brianna Turner really looked at Chicago, looked at Indiana, and said,
Fever,
yeah.
It is funny that all these people who hated the Indiana Fever last year is finally coming around to sign with the team. Go figure. Now, I don't know the whole initial thing about this signing, maybe for depth, defensive purposes, but it is funny to see how what a year make when the Indiana Fever is one of the, not one, but is the top team in the WNBA.
Meanwhile, Chicago Sky fans were staring at their roster like it was an unfinished group project. So, who we got? Because at this rate, it was starting to look like Angel Reese and a handful of vibes. Sure, they still had Marina Mabrey and Dana Evans, but reality was setting in fast. This team didn't even make the playoffs last year, and now fans were somehow supposed to believe that running it back minus Brianna
to talk about this Bree Turner signing, but there's really nothing to talk about. So Bree Turner did not look good on the Sky, specifically because we did not need bigs to come off the bench to play defense. We needed bigs to come off the bench and get a freaking bucket. And for me, like, the craziest thing, as I've said before in previous videos, like way back in the season, Bree Turner didn't look that bad coming off the bench, right? The issue again is that she came off the bench and played defense. Girl, we need you to come off the bench and get a freaking bucket. And when she did get a bucket, she was efficient at it. She was the most efficient big that we had on the Sky, period. But she just wasn't going out there to look for her shot. She was going out there to be essentially like a passer or just play defense. Like it just really, again, like that's not what we needed specifically.
Meanwhile, Fever fans were already talking reckless. Y'all can keep Angel Reese. We got Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Brianna Turner now. The disrespect was loud, and Chicago had no real comeback. Because honestly, what could they say? Well, at least we still have. Who exactly? The free agency tracker wasn't doing them any favors. Sky fans were watching the rest of the league level up like kids watching everyone else unwrap new toys. Indiana snagged Turner. The Aces reloaded. New York stayed stacked. Even Dallas and Minnesota were out here making moves. And then there was Chicago, standing in the corner trying to convince themselves that one player could somehow carry it all.
So in what might be the biggest surprise in all of free agency, the Indiana Fever have just signed Brianna Turner. Yeah, I think that this is a shock. I don't hate this. I actually don't hate this for the Fever.
Of course, Angel Reese wasn't backing down. She was already preaching that underdog energy, how she thrives off doubt, how she feeds on the noise. And you know what? Maybe she does. Maybe she takes all this shade, bottles it up, and unleashes full menace mode next season. But let's be honest, even the fiercest competitor needs backup. Because right now, Indiana's looking like a team on a mission, ready to bulldoze the league like they've been holding receipts since draft night. Meanwhile, Chicago? They're giving "we don't need a plan, we'll figure it out" energy. And we all saw how that turned out last season, sitting at home while everyone else played playoff basketball. The Fever, though, aren't just trying to make the postseason, they're plotting a takeover. Their front office looked at that young core, saw Caitlin Clark sitting there like a walking cheat code and said, yeah, let's go all in. Now they've got Natasha Howard, Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, DeWanna Bonner, and Brianna Turner. At this point, they're not building a roster, they're assembling an army.
The Fever did not come to play. They are on a mission to win now, like 2025 championship season incoming. They were so quiet during free agency. And in the past 24 hours, boom, 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 re-signed Kelsey Mitchell to a max deal, picked up Natasha Howard, bringing her back to the Indiana Fever, where she was originally drafted, and then they just announced a three-way trade sending Alyssa Smith to Dallas and Sophie Cunningham coming to the Fever. This team in 24 hours just got exponentially better.
Stephanie White isn't playing around. She knows exactly what she has in Caitlin Clark, a generational talent, and she's not about to waste a single second of that rookie contract. No, we're building for the future talk. No, let's be patient, excuses. Indiana's trying to win now, and looking at this roster, they just might pull it off. Natasha Howard brings championship experience, that steady veteran presence every contender needs. DeWanna Bonner? A walking bucket who knows what it takes to win at the highest level. Brianna Turner locks down the paint with elite defense. And Sophie Cunningham? She's the spark, talking her talk, hitting clutch shots, and making sure nobody dares to disrespect this team. And then there's Sydney Colson, the ultimate locker room glue. The vibes stay immaculate with her around, but don't get it twisted. When the moment calls for it, she can still step on the court and deliver. This isn't just a team anymore, it's a statement. The Indiana Fever are done rebuilding. They're here to run the league.